and we will welcome Ms. Evgenia Pavlakou. Ms. Evgenia Pavlakou. Hello, and we're very sorry for this delay we caused you.
Doesn't matter.
Yes.
Everything we have heard was very useful, and okay, when there's discussion, that means that arouses interest, so it's good for everybody, I believe.
Mrs. Pavlakou, I'm sorry, just to introduce you, you are focusing on marketing and communication, and very quickly you are affiliated with the New York College in Athens. You're teaching contemporary issues for marketing and tourism policy for the University of Greenwich, along with research methods for tourism for Bolton University. And also you are the brand and marketing manager of the college. This as an introduction for your positive psychology in organizations.
Yes.
Mr. Pavlakou, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much.
Πριν ξεκινήσετε, συγγνώμη για τη διακοπή, να σας ενημερώσω ότι δεν είναι full screen το PowerPoint σας.
Είναι full screen. Okay.
Αν δεν γίνεται, θα πρέπει να ξανακάνουμε το share. Δηλαδή, αν πατήσετε κάτω το κουμπάκι δεξιά του full screen ή προβολή παρουσίασης από την αρχή και δεν το κάνει, θα πρέπει να ξανακάνουμε share screen. Θα επιλέξετε την οθόνη σας, την πρώτη επιλογή πάνω αριστερά και μετά θα πατήσετε share. Ωραία. Μια χαρά. Ευχαριστώ πολύ.
Okay, τώρα είναι εντάξει. Ωραία, ωραία. I'm glad. Okay. So, I think we're ready to proceed then. Positive psychology and its contribution to the foundation of positive organizational behavior is my topic. Without further delay, as I have already been introduced by the host, and I thank him very much, Mrs. Evgenia Pavlakou. Evgenia is my official name, okay, but everybody calls me Jenny. And apart from everything else you have already mentioned, I'm a PhD candidate at the Department of Marketing and Communication at the Athens University of Economics and Business. Okay, so let me okay, thank you. No. Okay, so sorry for a moment. I want all this to be down. Sorry for that, because in my screen, okay. Yeah, okay. I think now we are okay. So I am starting with the scope of the topic I have mentioned about positive psychology. The field of positive psychology has been growing very rapidly over the last decades and essentially deals with the issue of positive subjective experience and characteristics of people such as love, interpersonal communication, wisdom, talent, and a lot more. Moreover, it is able to contribute to areas such as family and work relationships, and especially what kind of work is the one that gives pleasure. But most importantly, it can help people to understand why it is worth having a pleasant life. Positive psychology as a discipline was established by Martin Seligman, who introduced the PERMA model. We'll see that in a while, what PERMA is all about, and seems to have contributed greatly to the emergence of the discipline of positive organizational behavior, the POB as we call it, which is defined as the emergence of positive human psychological capabilities and skills that can be studied and applied in the workplace. Specifically, positive psychology has been described as the science of positive subjective experience, positive individual traits, and positive institutions. Everything has to do with positive. So we started with the positive psychology and the PERMA model that led to POB, positive organizational behavior, and the HERO model, Again, we'll have the opportunity to see that in a while. And all this contributes to psychological capital, as we call it. Okay, so the field of psychology is not just one thing. Okay, there are different fields of psychology. And according to the APA, the American Psychological Association Dictionary, psychology as a scientific discipline aims to study people's attitudes and minds. So psychology nowadays is more interdisciplinary, as it includes other research disciplines. And if I am to take it from my part, I started from marketing, communication, and then all boiled down to psychology in a way, and especially organizational psychology. So other disciplines such as biology, medicine, sociology, management, etc. Moreover, even in scientific research, it involves observation, experimentation, testing, analysis to investigate the biological, cognitive, emotional, personal, and social processes or stimuli underlying human and animal behavior. The ultimate goal is to understand and treat mental, emotional, physical, and social dysfunction. So by defining the positive psychology and regarding the subject of it, we can say that, as has been pointed out by Luthans, has the role of the science of psychology has gradually changed from being aimed at helping the mentally ill to focusing on making people's lives more productive. So no more concerned ill people. This transition was the theoretical foundation of positive psychology as we know it nowadays. So Martin Seligman observes that by the end of World War II, the science of psychology had focused exclusively on the treatment of disease that it was about, mentally unwell people. That was the traditional psychology. At that time, psychologists had not considered the possibility that improving mental mood and building strength was actually the most important weapon in treatment, which should focus not only on the symptoms of the illness, but also emphasizing in positive aspects of life. Meaning mentally unwell, but moving on an average level of functioning, and if we maintain the positive psychology effect, in flourishing. Protective mental health and skills enhancement was another aspect that it deals about that helps mental health in the use of people's skills. This can have beneficial effects even in illness. Such skills are courage, future-mindedness, optimism, interpersonal skills, faith, work ethics, hope, honesty, perseverance, and insight. In this case, Seligman refers to positive prevention, where through educational programs, because yes, we have educational programs, it becomes possible to manage even difficult situations that would otherwise end in depression. Peterson also explores the beneficial effects of positive psychology on the perception of reality. Thus, the ultimate goal of positive psychology is mental well-being and physical health. Now let's see the foundations of PERMA model that we mentioned before. Seligman suggests that the treatment regimen should emphasize the positive aspects of the patient rather than their weaknesses. Therefore, it is now referred to as positive therapy. Indeed, research conducted by Snyder and Peterson has shown that the purpose of positive psychology is to emphasize not what is wrong with people, but what is right. Seligman's model is characterized by 3 pillars, which are positive life experience for individuals and positive personal emotions, positive personal characteristics and persons' positive physical properties, personality traits, mainly virtues and strengths, but also aptitudes, and positive institutions and communities. So we had this transition, let's say, from pessimism to optimism, from half full to half empty, the other way around. Seligman had documented the tendency of many people when experiencing difficult situations in their lives to adopt a passive attitude without being able to do anything about their future. These cases are of considerable research interest, apart from their obvious psychological impact, as they represent an interaction of genetic and biological factors that even have clinical effects in medicine. These people also show cognitive difficulties, which lead him to speak of learned helplessness, explaining that these people have essentially been taught to be unhappy. A counteracting effect to this situation is learned optimism. So you see the half empty to half full, as we said before. So the transition from pessimism to optimism, of course, is a journey that is not easy. Seligman focuses in the subjective experience of people on issues such as hope, if they have it or not, and at which level, well-being, optimism, contentment, be happy with what you've got, gratefulness, etc. Positive psychological characteristics such as love, perseverance, forgiveness, wisdom, and some other more. Therefore, anyone who attempts to improve the psychological state of people should take into account both their experiences and their individual characteristics. Seligman, in defining the concept of happiness, initially referred to the following three basic parameters of positive psychology. First and foremost, positive emotions. The relationship between pursuit of pleasure and well-being is clear using a hedonic definition of well-being. When there are frequent positive emotions, there is both well-being and positive experiences in life, which contributes to higher rates of well-being. Second is engagement, which is engagement in pleasant activities, which has also been defined as flow, which can turn even seemingly boring activities into something pleasant. And the third one is meanings. These are beneficial social interactions, even in the pursuit of a higher purpose. The PERMA model we mentioned before, we found that in the later version of the theory with Seligman in 2011, who added 2 more elements and renamed his theory well-being theory. He added positive relationships and achievements. Therefore, the model nowadays is as follows. P for positive emotions, feeling good. E for engagement, finding flow. R for relationships and authentic connections. M for meaning and purposeful existence. And A for achievement, a sense of accomplishment. If you remember, the third part of the presentation had to do with POB, positive organizational behavior. Let's define POB. Positive psychology has been described as the science of positive subjective experience, positive individual traits, and positive institutions. However, its key ideas have been used in the emergence of the discipline of positive organizational behavior, POB, which is defined as the emergence of positive human psychological capabilities and skills that can be studied. That's very important, that can be studied if we don't have them, to study them, and moreover, to apply them in the workplace. So, psychological capital involves hope, efficacy, resilience, and optimism. let's see what they are all about. Hope is defined as a positive psychological state that contributes to the achievement of goals and is associated with willpower. So more hope makes us more willing to succeed. Resilience. According to Luthans, it is defined as the developing ability to return to one's previous state or to readjust after adversity, conflict, and failure, or even after positive events, accepting progress and increased responsibility. You see, even after some positive events, people are not ready to accept the new era of things, the new placement that may be given to them. Self-efficacy. According to Statovich and Luthans, self-efficacy is a competence that is directly related to the employee's performance. How good they perform. And optimism is a generalized positive perspective or expectation through which positive events are explained as having a personal, permanent, and pervasive character, while negative events are seen as external, temporary, are going to pass very quickly, and situation specific. The results of POB. First one, positive effects on the performance of executives, as it provides them with the ability to manage difficult situations that arise within the work environment. Next one, improved productivity. Third one, enhancement in behavioral skills, defined as interpersonal and self-regulatory behaviors associated with positive performance in the workplace. 4, high rates of goal achievement, improvement in problem-solving skills, and even a reduction in depression rates. And last but not least, certainly, employee commitment. The results of positive psychology are not only the better management of cases with a pathological psychological background, but mainly aim at enhancing the positive skills of people. POB incorporates many of the characteristics of positive psychology in the workplace and can clearly improve the performance of employees at work, but also maintain a high level of well-being. I want to thank you all for your attention, and I am at your disposal if you want to ask me anything concerning my presentation.
Thank you very much, Ms. Pavlakou. We appreciate. Do we have any comments or any questions on that stage? Because later on we have the Q&A session. So, okay. I think you were very, very illustrative, Mrs. Pavlakou.
Thank you. Always positive.
This is the positive stance, right? Okay, thank you so much.